All right, what's up, y'all? I just had to get my bearings together because we got some stuff to talk about today. Hey, y'all. It's your favorite queen, Queen Phierce, and we are right here live at the palace for the Queen Network. I told you I was slowly getting together for y'all. I got the eyeliner on today. Now, it seems that I can't have the eyelashes and the adhesive at the same time. So when I get that part together, I feel like I'm all together. But for right now, little by little, got this lip on for you, got some eyeliner on for you, got my light popping at the beginning, got the little background music. I'ma get it right. I'ma be the producer and the host. You know what I'm saying? Got my leopard on today, my turquoise popping. You know what it is, okay? Hair swinging and lipstick ringing, okay? Okay, so here we are. Let's talk about what we gotta talk about today. What we gotta talk about today, y'all? What you think we gotta talk about today, y'all? Why would this happen on a Queen Crush a Wednesday? Right before I'm about to record, you know it. We've all heard it, the Breonna Taylor decision. Okay, so, are we going to get into it? We got to get into it, y'all. We got to get into it because if we don't say her name, who is going to say her name? Queen Phierce is going to say her name, just like I've been saying the names of my fallen sisters all of this time. Breonna Taylor is no different. So, the decision: no murder charges will be brought on the officers that slayed Breonna Taylor in her sleep, in her own bed, in her own home in Louisville, Kentucky. How do we feel about that? How do we feel about that? Was money supposed to make this better? Because, you know, there was a civil decision settlement, and she's been paid, her family has been paid the largest settlement for that area, I believe. Let me see if I can get the exact numbers for that Breonna Taylor settlement. It's like 1 point something million dollars, right? Oh no, $12 million. Yeah. $12 million they paid her family. So I don't know if y'all saw this coming, but I saw this coming. The second they gave this family this money, I was like, this is to pacify them. This is to pacify us. We are supposed to be happy with money. Trust me, you owe me much more in reparations than $12 million. The blood of my brothers and sisters does not cost $12 million. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Stop saying y'all sorry, because we ain't sorry. I'm not sorry about this. Nobody's apologizing for this. Yet to apologize, yet to be arrested. I am over Daniel Cameron, the district attorney in Louisville, Kentucky. It is, let's see what he got to say. On why that no decision has been made. Brett Hankinson has been indicted on 3 counts of wanton endangerment in the first degree. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. What are your thoughts on this? You know my thoughts? I think that we should all rent a 15-passenger van and ride out on Kentucky. I'm mad. I'm big mad, y'all. So, where's the justice? How do you gain justice? Who else knew that when they got this money, they were not going to arrest these officers? My heart is heavy with this one. I was like, I don't know whether to record or start writing, but I feel a Say Her Name poem coming on. This is why we do the work, y'all. This is why saying her name is so important, because this incident could have been any of us, any one of us, any Black female sleeping in their home, anyone just getting off of work, anyone getting pulled over for failing to signal. This could have been any of us. And I feel like that's why it affects me so much. That's why it affects the community so much. They are calling for curfew in Louisville, Kentucky. Protests have already started. There has already been a clash with officers and protesters. Protesters have been arrested. Y'all, more protesters have been arrested for protesting the death of Breonna Taylor than people been arrested for actually killing her. Can we just put that out there? I'm stressed, y'all. I'm stressed. And I knew it. You know how you just want to have hope? How you just pray and cry and be like, right will prevail in the world. I don't know if this is the natural order of things or if this somehow brings balance to the universe, or if this was Breonna Taylor's purpose to incite change in the world or incite change in our hearts to create the change, the difference we want to see. All of these I don't knows. And none of it makes sense. But is it supposed to? Like, is it supposed to make sense to us? This is where people begin to question God, and I know nothing gets past him, but where is the justice? What's the next level to this? What's the next layer? Can the decision be appealed? Can the decision be appealed? This is has been more than interesting to watch unfold. And this has been the plan all along. And you can't make me believe that it wasn't. Because there's no reason from March. Let me see here. March 13th. There's no reason from March 13th until now that these officers have not been arrested. They, the district attorney, and whoever the powers that be are, were holding out for this moment right here. They were getting a coin together, like how much can we pay out to this family, so that at the end of the day, they could say, yeah, our bad, here's a couple dollars. At least we did that. We honored that there was a mistake made because we paid. But there's no payment for a life. There's no payment for a life that you had no right to take. And it's just my stance. That's just where I gotta be. That's where we all have to pick. Nobody should be saying, well, at least they got $12 million. Because that mom could care less. Breonna Taylor's mom could care less right now about that money. I guarantee it. Just think about your family. I know my mom would be like, yes, and I'm the type of person, I don't even know if I would have accepted it, to be honest. Y'all like 12 mil, that's crazy. No, that's blood money. That's blood money. I can't get jiggy with that. Some deep breaths. I need to do my yoga tonight. I've been skipping out on my yoga, y'all. Y'all know I've been doing my self-care Sundays. But I actually have been pretty busy on Sunday, so I've been missing my yoga in the morning. My body is starting to feel it, but also the very meditative aspect of it. So I've been trying to pick up in my meditations and doing more intentional things for my self-care. And I think we all could use a little bit of self-care after this. I want to thank y'all for really like rocking with me and tuning in with me. Listen, I always say my followers are few but mighty. So I started posting the videos to the YouTube 3 weeks ago. This will be the 3rd week. So that first video has 8 views. The second video is double. It has 16 views. So can you guess what I'm shooting for this video? Let's go for the good old 32 views, y'all. That's all I'm asking. Despise not the days of small beginnings. And I was surprised to see subscribers on my channel. I didn't ask for subscribers. I just was looking for a landing place for my videos, and I chose the YouTube platform, and so that's where it is. But thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it, and just continue to subscribe. I guess as I continue to post these videos and we get these views popping. So let's transition from Breonna Taylor, because I feel like I can just go into a whirlwind on that and just be sitting here and twiddle my thumbs, and y'all gotta give me space on that one, y'all. I need some grace and some space, but we need to hold space for Breonna. If y'all could just take a deep breath with me real quick. I need one more of them. I don't know about you. Thank you. Thank you for taking space, holding space, and giving grace. I'm a poet. You didn't know it. Yo, if y'all can name all the I'm a poet moments in my shows, I promise I will give y'all something, because I do it every single show. I certainly do the I'm a poet, you didn't know it moments. For sure, for sure. Okay, so speaking of self-care, we had a wonderful time in the park this weekend. The first Triple C Social pop-up coloring with cocktails, creativity, and conversation. So it was more coloring and conversation. I want to give a big shout out to C Rights and D the comedian, who came out, shared space with me, and we colored in the park, and we had our custom coloring pages, and we all felt like queens. And it was wonderful. And a shout out to my son's son, who was the photographer for the day. He took the picture of me, C Rights, and D. So I'm gonna do it again. Hopefully the weather will hold out for us. It looks like it's fluctuating a little bit, but October 10th is a Saturday. We'll do 2 to 4 p.m. Just come out in the park, color with us. All materials are provided. And yeah, let's just, get together, and we'll figure that thing out from there. Okay. But I was just like, we got to do something. We can do something. This is something we can do. And welcome fall. So fall just rolled right in. Well, last week fall was like, I'm knocking at the door. Okay. Cause it got chilly mad quick. It seems like it's starting to warm up a little bit, so I don't know how long that part is going to stay, but I'm enjoying the cool breeze. I actually had a hoodie on earlier. It is hoodie weather, so yeah, enjoy fall with us. We're enjoying these fall days out in the park while we pop up in color. So make sure you are paying attention to your self-care. Like I said, I need to get back to my yoga. I did a breath work workshop. I guess it's a workshop session, breath work session on Sunday. So I want to incorporate that into my practice. There was a moment last week where my stress was through the roof. Could not sleep. I mean, shaking, everything. Definitely something heavy on my heart. And in the late night hour or early morning hour, however you want to call it, and I had to meditate. But I remember this feeling of fear. Now, if you know me, I do not even operate in fear. There are very few times in my life where I could say that I've been scared. And so this moment was a reality check for me, because I had never felt this level of fear before, and I identified that's what it was, and I was trying to fight it off, because I was like, this ain't it, this ain't me, I don't operate like this. So the fact that it was on me or in me felt foreign and almost painful, like, because I wanted it off so badly. I didn't want to feel like that, but I also didn't know how to shake that feeling. And I decided to meditate, and in my meditation, it came to me that I had to accept that that's what I was feeling. So as soon as I allowed myself to actually feel the fear instead of fighting it off, is when my body started to calm and to relax. So all of the physical aspects that came along with it were there, because I literally was trying to fight it from the inside out. Like, I just didn't want to be in that space. But I allowed myself to feel every bit of it throughout my mind and throughout my body, so that it could pass. Because as long as I was fighting it, it was it was staying around. So it passed, and I was able to get to sleep. Of course, I said some affirmations in that moment. But I just wanted to speak a little bit about the power of meditation, coupled with prayer, layering in some affirmations. It is so important, the things that you tell yourself. It's important what you do with your energy in those times when you're feeling a little off. So just make sure you keep self-care paramount, whether it's, meditation, setting aside your time for prayer, journaling, writing things down, yoga, just being really intentional about your body, what it's feeling, what you want to feel, how you want to feel, the energy that you want to put out. So I just wanted to note that, and I'm back to my regular self. I ain't scared. Okay. One thing that goes along with that, I had a great conversation with my 4P crew this weekend. We met for a backyard meetup, and I built a fire. Mo called it Negroes in Nature, but my fire was popping, okay? I know I'm Bougetto, but I'm also very earthy. and I know my way around the wood. So one conversation we had was I was sharing with them what I was feeling as far as the fear and the revelation that came to me when I meditated. And, everyone expressed their sentiments about how it is just a natural human response, a natural human emotion, which I do understand, but I generally don't feel it. So for me to feel it, it was awkward and it was scary. The feeling itself was scary. And so someone suggested those are the times where you express gratefulness. So even in my prayers, I felt like my prayers were coming from a place of fear. And I'm like, if my prayers come from a place of fear, then it can't be from a place of faith. And how can you get your prayers answered if they come from a place of fear? Like, I know all of these things. And someone said, and that's when you just express gratefulness. And it made so much sense, like, to balance out the feeling of fear or feeling like you're praying out of fear with your gratefulness, especially for all the times that God did show up for you. Because he shows up, and he continues to show up every day. How you think I'm sitting before you with this lip on right now? Because he done showed up. Another breath. And then I exhaled. So I just want to encourage you that that's an important part of your self-care too, making sure that you are expressing gratefulness, because there's just so much to be grateful for. And I'm grateful. I'm grateful for that. The list is endless, and I go through it every single day. I even share gratefulness practice with my children. We don't do it every night like we used to do it, but we do it at least 2 or 3 times throughout the week. Well, when I do the meditation with them, but we also incorporate gratefulness practice with that. So, the list is endless. And so from the time we started gratefulness practice up till now, it has evolved the things that they say they're grateful for, just because there's so much to be grateful for beyond, having a home, a place to stay, people that love you, a way to get around, clothes on your back. Those are the essentials, and you definitely should express gratefulness for that, because there are people who don't have the basics, who don't have those things. Those are the things that we generally need to survive. My son is learning that now in first grade in his social studies class. What are the needs of a family? Shelter, clothing, food, like those are your needs. And then you have your wants. So yes, be grateful that you have those needs, because sometimes it's lacking in other people's lives. So I'm just grateful that I haven't experienced lack in that way. Even if I didn't have as many ends as I wanted to have, even when the money wasn't coming in like it's supposed to come in, even during this time where I'm trying to balance out what's going on with my own finances with all this transition, I'm still taken care of, and I still look good, and I still can make meals for my family. I am grateful. It's never ending. And I'm grateful to be Black, and I'm grateful to be a woman. I'm grateful to be a Black woman. I'll drink that one. So we had a lovely time at 4P on this past Saturday, and we gathered in celebration of Tia, Lady Vicious, who has been a long time member. So if you know Lady Vicious, wish her well, because she is moving across the country, start a new career and a new life pretty much. So Tia, we love you and we wish you the best. And don't forget about us here in Philly. So I'm glad we got to share space and spend time before you left, socially distant, of course, in the backyard by the fire, where we did no poetry, y'all. We really just kicked it. So it was still nice. I want to spend this time to give gratitude and thanks that my bestie boo Shayna is home. So if you remember last week, I asked y'all to send positive vibes and some good energy to her because she has been having a tough time with her COVID-19 diagnosis. However, over the last few days, she has been home and she is on some meds and prayer and good vibes that is keeping her well. So please keep the positive energy coming. And just like she has been saying, God continue to cover her. I am so grateful. You have no idea how thankful and grateful I am that she is doing so much better. Yeah, my prayers was heavy this week. They was heavy. And so do I want to go down this road? I think I'll save that for another time. Yeah, protect Black women, y'all. That's going to be the message. That's always going to be the message. And I think it says a lot for the value of Black women when things like this Breonna Taylor incident happens. I also watched another story with a celebrity who had an altercation with a Lyft driver, and the Lyft driver left her on the side of the road. And she was trying to hitchhike down the highway, and we're talking about a celebrity, and nobody would pull over and nobody would pick her up. And finally a family picked her up and made sure she got home. But just the fact that despite whatever the Lyft driver was feeling, his feelings definitely should be honored. But we're talking about a male Lyft driver who snatched a Black female, out of the back of a Lyft and left her on the side of the highway. It's in a pro. And things like that seems like, oh, that's small, that's isolated. It's not isolated. Things like this happen all the time, particularly to Black women, the most unprotected person in all of the world. Yet we are the mother of all of the world. I guess it speaks to like how you could take your mom for granted. I don't take my mom for granted, but I mean, like, some of y'all, how y'all take y'all mom for granted, how she gave birth to y'all, but you still just feel like you can ask her for anything, take anything out her house. Oh, mom's just going to be there, and then you go and look up, and one day she ain't going to be there. Don't take your mom for granted. Don't take Black women for granted. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. Breonna Taylor. Well, I thought I had something else that I wanted to say, but I think I'm going to just rock out. Not a long one today, but a necessary check-in. Oh, my other Protect Black Women story. A friend reached out to me and said that she was attacked by her boyfriend at their church. She ran in the church for refuge. Nobody helped her, and they kicked her out. and she got in the boyfriend continued to berate her in the parking lot. And it took a stranger from off the street to pull him off of her. Like, this is a problem. I'm still a little blown about this whole church situation and why they would kick her out. And she said she was in trouble, when the premise of the church is supposed to be there to help you. But they protect their men. I may have to leave this one, y'all. Protect Black women. It's happening to celebrities. It's happening to people we know. It's happening to people we don't know. Say all their names. Breonna Taylor.